Alrighty, hey guys, Stan the Man here. In today's video, we are going to be doing a WrestleMania themed video. It is 10 WrestleMania matches you must watch. Now, this is my first video of this. I'm going to be doing a 20-day WrestleMania countdown until WrestleMania. So, for 20 days in a row, there's going to be a video every day themed about WrestleMania. Now, it's going to be 20 for now. Depending if I have enough time and just resources and enough video ideas, I am going to try and turn it into 30 days. But, yeah, as always, this list is in no any way or particular order. And these are just some of my matches that I personally think you should watch. I mean, there's plenty of other ones, but for me, these are the top 10 WrestleMania matches that I think any wrestling fan should watch. Alright, at number 10, we have my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. Triple H taking on The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania 28. Now, if you don't know, Shawn Michaels is Triple H's best friend. Shawn took on Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 and 26, which ultimately retired Shawn Michaels. And Triple H and The Undertaker took it off. They wrestled at WrestleMania 27. Triple H injured The Undertaker. Taker came back for his retribution, and they just had an insane Hell in a Cell match. Shawn was the special referee. They put each other through hell. The crowd was on their feet literally the entire time, and the story is just so awesome. I think it's one of the best stories in wrestling history. I also personally think The Undertaker should have retired after that match, but I just love that match, and it's my favorite. Probably of all time, not even WrestleMania. Next up, we have The Rock versus John Cena. Now, ironically, this is also at the same WrestleMania as Triple H versus The Undertaker. But anyways, they hyped this match up for an entire year before it even happened. Rock cost John Cena the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. They talked shit about each other for months and months. And then we finally make it to WrestleMania 28, where these guys have a fantastic match. Again, these are the two biggest superstars in pro wrestling history, and they just put on a hell of a match. A lot of finishers, kickouts, near falls. Crowd was on their feet the entire time, and amazingly, The Rock won the match. It's just crazy. If you know John Cena back then, he definitely was never beatable, even against The Rock, but amazingly, The Rock defeated him, and they even faced each other the next year, and I don't know, I just thought it was a fantastic match. They both looked good. Rock not doing it for full time in 10 years. It was just an amazing match, and I definitely suggest you watch it. At number 8, we have The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. This match was just truly about who is the best wrestler in the WWE. To this day, I think this is the best match of all time. I know I said number 10 was my favorite, but this, match-wise and excitement, greatest of all time. You see The Undertaker jumping out of the ring, lands right on his freaking head. And then even here, saying, I just had an out-of-body experience. This is the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, I think, when it comes to hype, excitement, near falls. I mean, that's just my opinion. But this is the first WrestleMania I ever watched. I became a fan in 2009. And that's one of the first matches I saw. So that was hard to top for me. And in my opinion, it still hasn't been topped. And I don't know if it will. At number 7, we have Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. They set this up very well. I remember the NWO was beating the hell out of Rock. First thing that comes to mind is when they put Rock in the ambulance and they ran it over with a semi-truck. But again, just like the John Cena and Rock, this is before John Cena. These were like the two biggest idols in the company. I remember the first 5 minutes, they just stare at each other with the crowd screaming. As you see in a lot of move stealing, Hulk Hogan rock bottoming The Rock, Oh, they just did so much cool stuff. They literally could have just stood there for 15 minutes and got a crazy standing ovation. It was just really crazy. And I like at the end that they shook hands. The Hulk Hogan finally kind of handing the torch to The Rock. It was a really good moment, and I know that's a lot of people's favorite match, and they think it's the greatest of all time. And man, I'll tell you, I definitely think it's up there. I think it's great. You definitely got to check that one out. At number 6, we have the 6-man WrestleMania ladder match. Dudley's against the Hardys versus Edge and Christian. This was just insane the entire time. This is the same WrestleMania where Rock and Hogan went against each other. So they really had to push the limit. Everybody jumping off of ladders. When Jeff Hardy gets speared off the briefcase, off the top of the ring, it's insane. You see Jeff Hardy running on top of the ladders. Him and Matt doing the classic Hardy Boys jump off the ladder. And even look at Jeff frickin' doing a swanton bomb on the Dudley Boys. Like, what is wrong with him? Like, how the hell does he still move? It was just... This was the first WrestleMania ladder match ever. And like I said, they had to compete against The Rock and Hulk Hogan. And I think they hit it out of the park. They did such an amazing job. And it's just unbelievable seeing the stuff that they did back then. It really is crazy. And the 6 of them just put on a magical show no matter what, every single time. Next, we have Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 19. These guys are the realest wrestlers that it gets to. They're both real, actual mat-based wrestlers as well. They were just physical the entire time. Not to mention, Kurt Angle went in this match already with a broken neck. These guys were just physical and crazy the entire time. You see here Kurt Angle literally German suplexing Brock Lesnar into the corner apron. Like, that's absolutely insane. And then the most famous part is when Brock Lesnar gets on the freaking top rope and does a shooting star press right onto his head. It was absolutely insane. One of the scariest moments, but at the same time, it's absolutely insane that 300-pound Brock Lesnar can do that. But this match was just so explosive, so fast-paced. You even see Angle and Brock Lesnar in the end here kind of hanging out, congratulating each other. You could tell Brock Lesnar is just freaking out of it. He got a really bad concussion. After that shooting star press, he was able to F5 Kurt Angle and win the WWE Championship. Just just tough freaking guys. It's an amazing match. You really got to check it out. At number 4, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17 for the WWF title. This is the second time they faced off. They faced at WrestleMania 15 a few years earlier. But this match was one of those. They stole each other's finishers. So many near falls. Like, so many people, even me myself, watching it all these years later, you almost come out of your seat because it's just absolutely amazing. JR in this match, he makes this the most believable match ever. They were just going at each other. They're always classic for having the ref spots in Stone Cold and Rock matches. I remember when that happened, Vince McMahon ended up coming down. He was going to help his guy, The Rock, because, he doesn't like Stone Cold Steve Austin. But heel turn of the century, The Rock gets hit in the head with a steel chair by Vince McMahon, and he hands it to Steve Austin, and amazingly, you see here Austin just starts beating the living hell out of The Rock with the chair. He hits him about 20 times in a row, and he pins him and wins the WWF Championship. And even look at this photo here. It's still disgusting to this day. You see Vince McMahon and Stone Cold shaking hands with the WWF Championship and having a beer. It was one of the most crazy matches with near falls. But then, I think that's one of the craziest heel turns in WrestleMania history. I mean, the only thing that I think close to as crazy as that is Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank. But I just couldn't. That was such a crazy moment, even looking back at it all these years later. At number 3, we have Kurt Angle versus HBK Shawn Michaels. Now, you look at this match, this is one of the most intense matches I've ever seen. Kurt Angle was literally just a freaking animal. They did so much ground-based mat wrestling, and Shawn Michaels was outdoing him and reversing a lot of it. Angle was just getting so irritated, but you could just tell that Kurt Angle took the competition absolutely so seriously. Angle was kind of all over Shawn Michaels. He kept showing off to Shawn, putting him in several submission holds. I think there was literally like 10 minutes of freaking ankle lock on Shawn Michaels, which he actually ended up tapping out to, which I thought was insane. But these guys are just so explosive, so quick, so fast. I mean, you freaking look at this video here of Shawn doing a backflip from the outside of the ring, putting Kurt Angle through the announce table. Like, absolutely insane athlete to be able to do something like that. And even this, look at Kurt Angle. He freaking runs and jumps on the ropes, and Angle slams Shawn Michaels off the top. It's just so incredible. These two, even for everybody knows, they're two of the most gifted athletes ever to step in the wrestling ring. And they definitely showed that they deserved that status. At number 2, we have Stone Cold versus Bret Hart in a submission match. This was so physical. This was one of the most heated rivalries, especially back then. They even had Ken Shamrock be the special ref because there was so much on the line and they did so much craziness to each other. They did so much crazy shit, like Bret Hart hitting Stone Cold in the head with the ring bell, this crazy unprotected chair shot to Bret's head on the turnbuckle. Even here you see Bret doing a figure 4 to Stone Cold on the ring post. It was just very cool, very creative, very physical match. And then even in the end here, this is the most famous picture you ever see. Bret Hart has Stone Cold in the sharpshooter, and he's bleeding like crazy from the face. He lays there for a couple minutes while the pain's going through, and then he just lays his head down, and it's claimed Stone Cold passes out due to the pain. Now, Stone Cold lost, but I think this is really where Texas Rattlesnake badass Stone Cold was born. He proved that he could be super physical, tough guy, can make it through anything. Overall, it was just a fantastic match, and you definitely got to give it a watch. And at number 1, we have Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. Now, if you guys know, you're a wrestling fan, the streak was a part of WrestleMania for 21 years. Undertaker was undefeated against every opponent until he went against Brock Lesnar. Now, this match isn't even on here because of match quality, just craziness and shock. It was a pretty physical match. Not long into the match, Undertaker hit his head somewhere, and he had a concussion and didn't even remember anything until the next day. But besides that, Undertaker was doing his stuff. Chokeslam, tombstone, Lesnar kicked out. But looking at it back now, it's just all a crazy blur. Really in the end, he was really giving it to The Undertaker. You could tell he looked hurt. And Brock Lesnar hits that third F5, pins The Undertaker. Everyone gets up out of their chair, amazed. I mean, you see the guy here, even, I love this guy with the big bug eyes. Brock pinning him. It was just a surreal moment. It's still kind of heartbreaking, even thinking about it right now. But, yeah, this isn't even due to match quality. Just the pure shock of this match is just crazy. Even wrestlers were surprised. They had no idea. It was just really incredible. And I never even realized this. WrestleMania is coming up this year. It's going to be 10 freaking years since the streak was broken. Still feels like yesterday, guys. Alrighty, guys. So that is going to be it for this video. Comment down below what your favorite match is out of these, or even not out of these. Just tell me which match is your favorite, which one you agree with, which one you don't agree with. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, this is the 20-day countdown to WrestleMania. So there's going to be a video every day from here on until WrestleMania 40. So, yeah, guys, that's going to be it. As always, if you like the channel, hit that thumbs up button. And I will see you guys in the next video.